Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail! All right, lads and lassies, buckle up because we've got bombshell footy news straight out of paradise. Wayne Rooney, the Manchester United legend himself, has just been announced as the new director of Celtic Football Club. That's right, Rooney, the wee scouser who terrorized defenses across England and Europe, is swapping red for green and white hoops and heading north of the border to shake things up in the East End of Glasgow. It's nae just a headline grabber. It's a move that's got the whole of Scottish football buzzing like a pub before an Old Firm derby. Nobody saw this coming. 1 minute he's finishing up a tough stint down in Birmingham. Next he's strutting into Celtic Park with a fresh suit and a bold plan. The boys are clearly aiming high, and bringing in someone with Wayne's pedigree shows they mean serious business. Now, Rooney's appointment isn't just symbolic, it's strategic. We're talking about a man who's seen the game from every angle. Top player, international captain, and manager under pressure. He's walked the line between glory and collapse. Remember his time at Derby? He might not have got them promoted, but he held that club together when it was crumbling faster than a shortbread biscuit in tea. And that experience, surviving chaos and still earning respect, is worth its weight in gold. Celtic have been dominant in the SPFL, no doubt, but Europe's where the true test lies. The board clearly wants a figurehead who understands elite mentality, and Wayne's got that. In spades, he's been in dressing rooms with legends, squared up to the biggest names, and now he'll be the one helping shape the future at Lennoxtown and beyond. What's got fans really buzzing, though, is what this could mean for recruitment and youth development. Rooney's always had an eye for raw talent. Just look at some of the young guns he backed at Derby and Birmingham. Celtic have long prided themselves on building from within, but with European aspirations getting louder, they need to blend that local grit with global flair. You can bet Rooney's got the connections to tap into academies, scouts, and agents across the UK and beyond. Imagine the pull Celtic now has when talking to a young English lad or a rising star on the continent. Come to Glasgow, work under Wayne Rooney. That's a sales pitch with teeth. And let's not forget, the guy's still only in his 30s. He bridges the old school and new gen gap beautifully. Of course, not everyone's dancing in the streets. There's a fair bit of skepticism floating around, particularly from the more traditional fans. Rooney's a Manchester United icon, he's English, and he's got no prior connection to the hoops. That's a cocktail that might not sit well with a Parkhead faithful who bleed green and demand that Celtic's soul remains untouched. But here's the thing, football's changing fast. If the club wants to remain competitive on the European stage, they've got to think bolder, hire smarter, and act faster than ever. Rooney might not know the lyrics to "You'll Never Walk Alone" in the Celtic version just yet, but give him time. Passion, after all, speaks louder than passports. Behind the scenes, insiders say Rooney's already been hard at work, meeting with Brendan Rodgers, examining the youth academy, structure, and talking to key board members about where Celtic's headed. They're calling it a modernization project, which sounds like buzzword bingo until you hear what's on the table. Digital scouting networks, enhanced analytics, and psychological performance tracking. Stuff that was once reserved for top-tier Premier League sides. If Rooney can successfully embed that kind of infrastructure into Celtic's DNA, it won't just be a job well done. It'll be transformative. We're talking about reshaping the way this club operates from top to bottom and setting a foundation that could last for decades. From a tactical standpoint, don't be surprised if we see Celtic style evolve too. Rooney's managerial playbook, while still developing, shows a clear preference for aggressive pressing, fluid attacking movement, and adaptability across formations. Whether or not Rodgers adopts those philosophies remains to be seen, but the influence will be there. Rooney won't be a silent figure in the boardroom. He's never been the type to sit on his hands. Expect some passionate debates, some risky calls, and a vision that's rooted in modern football and principles. He's not here to be a mascot. He's here to make his mark, and that mark might just be bold enough to turn heads across Europe. Before we proceed. Subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. As for the wider Scottish game, this move sends shockwaves. If Celtic can bring in someone like Rooney, it sets a precedent. It raises the bar for professionalism, for ambition, for the kind of leadership clubs aspire to. What will Rangers do in response? How will Aberdeen, Hibs, and Hearts adjust? Suddenly, there's a new player on the board, one with global recognition and a hunger to prove himself at the executive level. Scottish football might be getting the kind of shake-up it's needed for years, and that's no bad thing. The league's profile could grow as a result. More eyes, more sponsors, and maybe even more TV deals. Everyone wins if Rooney delivers, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Success won't come overnight, and the pressure will be immense. The Celtic support is famously passionate, but they're also demanding. You don't get time to settle in when you're sitting at the top. Rooney will have to prove he's not just here for the paycheck or the headline, but for the grind. He'll need to immerse himself in the culture, understand what makes this club special, and show he respects the badge. Winning hearts might be tougher than winning games, but if he gets it right, if he connects with the fans and delivers results, he could become a legend in a whole new city. Ultimately, this is a bold appointment, one that could go either way. It's a gamble, no doubt. But high risk brings high reward. And for Wayne Rooney, it's a chance to rewrite the next chapter of his football story in a way nobody expected. From the pitch to the boardroom, from Goodison Park to Celtic Park. He's walking a new path, and all of us watching know it's going to be one hell of a ride. So strap in, Celtic fans. Your club's just added a new warrior to the cause, and he's got fire in his eyes. Whether you're shouting from the terraces or watching from your sofa, one thing's for sure. Things at Paradise will never be the same again. So there it is. Wayne Rooney, director of Celtic Football Club. Let that sink in for a moment. The man who lifted Premier League trophies and scored wonder goals for England is now part of Scotland's biggest institution. It's not just a headline, it's history in the making. Whether it's triumph or turmoil that lies ahead, it'll be compelling, emotional, and unmissable. And here on this channel, you can bet we'll be covering every twist and turn. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, and let us know in the comments. Is Rooney the right man for the job, or have Celtic taken a wild swing? This story's just getting started. Stay tuned. Hello, fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.